Looks like we'll see another interest rate hike next week. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, the ANZ are predicting a 40 basis point hike to the interest rate next week. A pretty significant move considering, well, the cash rate is a pixel on a chart, 0.35%, everyone. So it has to go up. It is insanely low. This is not natural to be low. Money is too cheap, and that's playing through to inflation. So it has to go up. But here's the thing. If they'll go it up trying to get inflation under control, it'll impact the housing sector, it'll impact some retail spending, but will it actually impact at all the supply side price increases? So ANZ pencils in a 40 basis point rate hike next week. ANZ has significantly upgraded its interest rate forecast and is now predicting a hike of 40 basis points next week. It's expecting the RBA to hike rates by 0.4% to 0.75% in the next meeting on Tuesday. The Big Four bank upgraded its prediction following the release of Wednesday's national accounts data, which shows an acceleration in average hourly wages. In a Twitter update, ANZ said, after the sharp acceleration in average hourly wages in Australia, GDP report today, we expect the RBA to lift the cash rate by 40 basis points at its June meeting. The RBA lifted rates for the first time in over a decade at its May meeting in response to a significant lift in inflation. Now just think about that. First time in over a decade. So I have never had a mortgage in the period that rates have ever gone up. I only have seen them go down, 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 down. And I'm probably not alone. There are probably a lot of people in this situation who are now going to experience rates going up for the first time. It's like we've just had our first recession, and there have been people for the first time ever that have been working that have experienced a recession. I was a kid the last time we had a recession. I remember my father's construction business getting hammered. So, these rate increases are going to be passed on to consumers. They already are in fixed rates. We're seeing that. We're seeing them grow all the time. And it's interesting, what impact this is going to have. It's going to manifest in retail spending first before it really manifests in people getting pushed out of their houses. The board judged that now was the right time to begin withdrawing some of the extraordinary monetary support that was put in place to help the Australian economy during the pandemic, Governor Philip Lowe said at the time. A further hike is now expected on 7th of June when the board meets again. Last month, the central bank revealed a 40 basis point hike was on the cards in May given the upside risk to inflation. Economists widely expect the RBA to continue to hike rates until they reach a minimum of 1.75% by the end of 2022. That's it. We're getting a fast lesson in rate hikes, guys. We're getting a fast lesson. According to Barclays, next week's hike will be followed by a further 90 basis point of hikes in the third quarter, taking the interest rate to 1.5%, at which point the RBA is expected to assess the macroeconomic data. We will see one further increase in quarter four, with the cash rate reaching a 1.75% by the end of 2022. We expect the OCR to end this cycle at 2% by quarter 1 23, Barclays said in an update on Wednesday. Conversely, AMP's Shane Oliver expects the negative wealth effect from falling house prices to limit how much the RBA ends up raising rates. If house prices start to fall rapidly, with significant evidence of rising mortgage stress, then the RBA will be able to ease up on the interest rate brake, Dr. Oliver said. He explained that the fact that prices had already started falling means that rate hikes are already getting traction, suggesting the RBA may not have to raise rates as much as would otherwise be the case. He foresees the peak in the cash rate being 2% rather than 3%, plus the money market is predicting. So there we go, everyone. Let's have a talk about this. Now, I was chatting to a broker friend today, and I was asking him what would happen. What would happen if, you fixed your home loan, 1.99%, one of the 40% of Australians that fixed their mortgage low because none of us trust the Reserve Bank governor. And then all of a sudden you have to, your period ends and you have to go back to variable or to another fixed rate. What would happen if you're in negative equity because property has fallen? And he said, well, if you're paying and nothing's happening, no issues, you should be fine. The bank probably won't make any trouble if it's all going smoothly, though, that you keep going. But if you try to refinance or move somewhere else, then the new bank will not lend you that money. So you may be trapped in there. But if you're not meeting payments, if you're getting in trouble, then what you'll see is the bank will start taking a bit of a closer look at what's going on. So this is certainly going to be an interesting time, and there will be some people that are probably in trouble now, and it may be time for them to consider selling. The rest of us who have locked in, it's time to get your shit together and prepare for high rates. Okay, guys, we're going to have to pay more. It's going to suck. And we're also going to have power prices going up, petrol's going up, meat's going up. You just got to, life isn't going to be as exciting. Enjoy it while you can. Prepare for tougher times. Anyway, take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of High As It Says. If you want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband, or contact us if you need any architectural support. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and prepare for interest rates going up. Won't be too high, will it? Hey, we won't see double digit.